For all kinds of bad reasons, there are people in the world, aka the bad guys, who want to access your device, your files, your photo, and your life. This is a fact of life that isn't going to change, but luckily with a bit of common sense you can prevent almost all problems from occurring. Most of what you want to keep safe and secure is protected by passwords. And the easiest answer for bad guys is to get hold of your passwords, which is way easier than all the complicated hacking CSI kind of stuff. There are three main ways that the wrong people get hold of your password. The first one is that you tell them. So bearing in mind that bad guys isn't necessarily some obscure hacker, it could be someone that you know who actually just wants to use your account, use your email, be you for some particular purpose. So don't tell anyone your password for anything ever. Secondly is you may have a password that can be guessed or cracked very easily. So for instance, password 123, let me in, your dog's name. Hackers have massive lists of the most commonly used passwords, and if you use an obvious password, you're using one that is on their lists. So hackers just use a script and try a lot of them. So what you need to do is try to use long passwords that have no meaning to anyone else, that no one else would think of, are memorable. For instance, purple cat jumping is a secure password. It's nice and long. It's easy to remember and it's easy to type. And if the service that you're trying to sign up for requires you to add numerals, just replace I with a 1 and the A with an @ or whatever other scheme works for you. Third thing that goes wrong is if you reuse the same password across multiple websites. So you take your banking password for your super secure banking stuff and then use it for some really dodgy website elsewhere, and if that website gets hacked or is owned by someone dodgy, then they can use your username and password that you provided there, and they try it everywhere else, including your Facebook, your bank accounts or whatever, and just see what they get. So yeah, don't particularly important passwords should be one use only. And another standard bad guy technique is to install software on your device that does bad guy stuff. Viruses, malware, ransomware, all kinds of stuff. And sometimes even legitimate programs that just require too many permissions, and you don't want certain people to know everything about you. So the bad guys are pretty clever at getting you to install bad stuff. The easiest solution is to avoid the bad guys. Don't install pirated software. Don't go to sites that seem dodgy. If you have antivirus software, keep it updated. And when you're installing software, look at all dialogues that you get. If you've got your virus, antivirus software gives you a dialogue, actually pay attention to it. And look for your permissions. If something's asking for way more permissions than it needs, then don't. Just find something else. There's always another option out there. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that could be installed as toolbars or whatever, or worst case scenario, you could end up with Bing as your default search engine. Nightmare stuff. If you're using email a lot, you will come across spam and phishing emails. Some of these are really low quality and easy to spot. Some of them are actually quite convincing. And you just have to basically trust no one. If anyone wants you to sign into your Netflix, your email account, into your bank account or whatever, just assume that it's a phishing spam, and you're probably not going to be far wrong. And actually don't even trust people that you know, because they may have had their account hacked, or someone may be spoofing their identity or something like that. You've just got to really have your wits about you and be alert, and you'll be fine. So, yeah, trust no one in those circumstances. What you need to do now, show you've watched this video, is you need to write your passwords on a piece of paper and give them to your peer supporter. Only joking, don't do that, please. That would be exactly against the spirit of what we've been talking about. A lot of this video has been about things that you shouldn't be doing, and I don't want you to tell people what you are actually doing in terms of passwords and so on. So just to prove you've watched the video, show your peer supporter a picture of a cat. Not this one. Be safe out there.